Hello there. This is Chris, your friendly neighborhood storyteller. I hope you guys are doing great and having a fantastic life. Before we begin today's story, I'll request you to drop in a like and subscribe the channel for regular content. With that being said, let's begin the story. We find ourselves seeing these two individuals, Regina and Sam, climbing a 8,000 feet mountain in Sri Lanka. Both of them have traveled around 20,000 miles away from home to find something that they think might not exist. As they're climbing this mountain at a high altitude of 7,500 feet, every muscle in their body is exhausted. There is literally no energy left. Regina is ahead of Sam while climbing this steep mountain. She's looking at the map that she's having in hand, and with excitement, she exclaims, "Come on, Sam, it's just a few hundred meters away. We are almost here." Sam, with the last bit of strength left, grabs the rope and tries to do his best to climb. In around half an hour to an hour's time, both Regina and Sam have climbed the mountain, and they have reached the spot that they were waiting for. Regina shows the map to Sam. It shows a design of a tree in shape of Y. Both Sam and Regina look around, and after around half an hour, they do end up getting this tree. With the last iota of strength left, both Regina and Sam take out their chisels and try to dig around the tree. In around half an hour to an hour's time, both Regina and Sam are shocked as to what they have just dug up. They see a shining blue rose in midst of the debris. Regina picks it up, and the sunlight reflects off of the rose on both Regina and Sam's face. Regina is completely overwhelmed with emotions. With all the pain that Regina has endured in last couple of weeks to reach here and find something that they were least expecting of. As the tears roll down her cheek and fall on the rose, suddenly they turn into hard carbon diamonds. Sam quickly picks it up and is shocked. He touches the diamonds, even bites one or two to confirm. "These are diamonds, Regina," exclaims Sam. Regina replies, "Indeed. But what? How?" says Sam. Regina says it's a long story. As they're exhausted, both Regina and Sam sit down near the tree. They take out their water bottles and take a couple of sips. Sam asks Regina, "Well, do you think it's time to tell me what this is about?" Regina says, "A couple of weeks ago, I lost my father. On the night after his last services, my mother told me something that I had never expected in life. She told me that my grandfather had once possessed a blue rose. This blue rose would produce diamonds out of the tears. The only condition is the tears should be of deep sorrow or deep emotions." Sam looked at Regina and said, "Wow, Reg, I think this will change our lives completely." Regina nods to what Sam had just said. Both of them pack up and fly back home. After they're back, Regina quickly goes around the market to check the prices for the diamond and if the diamonds are real. She's happy to know that the diamonds are absolutely real. They are 24 carat diamonds, priced at around 2 grand for each one. Well, she squeezes out 100 tears with the condition that she was in. Now, Regina had grown up in a very difficult situation. Her family had tons of debt. She nearly grew up in a poor and financially unstable atmosphere. She would see her friends living a lavish life, spending on all useless things in the world, but she would find it difficult even to spend a couple of dollars. But all these things were gonna change. In no time, Regina was able to clear her family debts with the money that she had made from these diamonds. She bought a new home for herself and she bought her dream car, the Lamborghini. With time, her lifestyle changed to a lavish one, the lifestyles that a movie star or a billionaire would live. But slowly, Regina realized that with time it is becoming difficult for her to squeeze out tears, as she had everything that she wanted in her life. There was no reason for her to be sorrowful or to cry. As the time went by, she realized that she really needs more money to live up to the lifestyle that she had built for herself. In utter desperate and frustrated condition, she finally devises a plan that would solve the problem of sorrowful tears. She decided to kill Sam and her mother. Well, let's not get into the technicalities of how she managed to do that, but she did. But she also realized that her heart had turned cold. After doing such a heinous crime, she was not able to cry. Within no time, Regina was out of money, and with no one left to love her, she was completely alone and in the darkest place that she could be. In her desperate attempt to save her soul, she finally decided to do one last thing, one wise thing that her grandfather had did earlier. She decided to get rid of this cursed treasure. She flew back to the same mountain, climbed the 8,000 feet height, and finally buried the blue rose. Sitting on the same ground where she had buried this blue rose, she looked at the sun that was about to go down, with the last sunlight hitting her face and the wind hitting her cheeks. She smiled, and tears of joy rolled down her cheek, this time not turning into diamonds, but turning into an experience that she has finally done something that was right. Oh, that was a great story. Well, if you like it, go ahead and drop a like and drop a comment if you have any suggestions, and I will love to have a look at it. Also, as I informed earlier, uh, if you have any requests for graphic work, go ahead and hit me up on email and I'll have a look into it. Well, I'll sign off and meet you in the next story. Until then, adios.